स्मॉल, पूरा पेपर भरा हुआ है एनवायरमेंट एंड कल्चर से। 2013, the first year of the new syllabus, right? 2013 was, in my opinion, was a very textbook paper, the one which we see in school. Keep very less current affairs, more of concepts, more and more of concepts. Okay, so we'll see 2013 without any delay, and then we'll see 2012, and then we'll conclude with 2011. Okay, चलो let's see 2013. First question आपकी स्क्रीन के ऊपर ये रहा. See this textbook. See this. What is disguised unemployment generally means? Think and tell now. Think and tell. Large number of people remain unemployed. ऐसा नहीं. In fact, large number of people are employed, but they are not doing any productive work. Alternate employment is not available. Maybe, may not be. We don't know. Productivity of the workers is low. It is low because, but most appropriate क्या है? Marginal productivity of labor is 0. Which means what? What is marginal productivity? Marginal means productivity. Marginal, the word marginal means of one additional unit. So you two people are doing the work and one additional person comes and he helps you with the work, which is fine. But if one more comes, his requirement is not there, उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है, he also comes. So he is adding nothing to the work. So his productivity of labor is 0. So C is the answer. Next. See, एकदम school level, no? To obtain full benefits of demographic dividend, what should India do? What do you think India should do? What is demographic dividend? Making our population, making the best use of our population. How do we make the best use of our population? By introducing more social schemes, by reducing IMR, or privatization, or what? Simple, by skilling them, promoting skill development. Simple. When you skill them, they will be of more use. What is the use of a youth population which is not skilled, which cannot do any work? No use. Promoting skill development. Next. National income of a country for a given period is equal to what? What is national income? What is national income? National income is NNP. Do you remember? National income is NNP, right? See, if you are confused between A and D, then I agree, barabar hai. You are on the right track. Total value of goods and services produced by the nationals. Maybe. Sum of total consumption and investment expenditure. No, it is not national income. Okay? Sum of personal income of all individuals. Definitely not national income, because personal income is a very big subset of national income. Taxes and all, everything is there. Money value of final goods and services produced. Which is more apt, this or this? Money value of final goods and services produced. Now, this is the definition, yes or no? Of any product. This is the definition. Okay? Even this is fine, but this is more appropriate. So we go with D. Next. What is balance of payment? क्या है बताओ? What is the answer? All import and export transactions of a country during a period of time, normally a year, okay. Goods exported from a country during a year, ये तो है ही नहीं, goods exported तो है नहीं. economic transaction between the government of one country to another. Is it only government or anyone and everyone? Everyone. C gone. Is it only capital movement? Answer is import and export. See here, don't take import and export in the literal sense of goods only. It is import and export of money or anything they are talking about here. Import and export transactions. Okay? So it can be capital also, it can be current also. Here, don't take it quite literally. Import and export transactions of a country during a given period, normally a year. This is a perfect definition. Yes or no? Answer is A. Is this understood? Right? See, these questions don't need much explanation because they are conceptual and these are main concepts. If some new concept is asked like interest coverage ratio, capital output ratio, then that needs discussion, that needs elaboration. Does this need discussion? Balance of payment is all import and export transactions of a country during a given period of time, normally a year. Next. Capital account. Remember last time we saw current account, capital account. क्या आएगा? चलो fast. What all things will come in capital account? Foreign loans will come in capital account? Yes. So 1 C gone. Foreign direct investment, will it come in capital account? Yes, because it is capital in nature, it is investment. 1, 2, 1, 2. So either 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. Now what about private remittances and portfolio investment? Which will come in capital account? Portfolio investment. Private remittances are in current account. Don't you remember? Goods, services, remittances, transfers. You remember remittances, your brother sending money to India. That is a part of current account, not a part of capital account. Remember? So loan is capital in nature. Direct investment is capital in nature. Portfolio investment is also capital in nature. Short term, long term, but it is capital in nature. But remittances are in current account, fall under current account. So answer is 1, 2, 4, B. Next. This is also a nice question. I like this. Which one of the following is likely to be the most inflationary in its effect? Most inflationary matlab maybe one or more are inflationary, but most. Tell me. Most inflationary क्या होगा? Creating new money to finance a budget deficit. Yes or no? Repayment of public debt. You are repaying public debt. That is not inflationary. होगा तो थोड़ा inflation होगा because public will get back their money. They will start spending and little bit of inflation will happen. Borrowing from public to finance a budget deficit. Borrowing from public. You are borrowing from public to finance a budget deficit. This might create or this might result in money flowing out of the hands of public. Borrowing from banks to finance a budget deficit. This will result in crowding out because interest rates will rise. So obviously inflation will not happen. Creating new money to finance a budget deficit. RBI, remember RBI has stopped monetization of budget deficits. RBI stopped issuing currency for financing budget deficits. Remember 1997, 2006, we have discussed all of that. So new money, when RBI creates new money or let's say new money is created, it is given to the government to finance the budget deficit. What will government do of that money? It will spend on subsidies, welfare schemes. Where will the money go? In the hands of people. What will people do? Buy things. When they buy things, what will happen? Demand increases. When demand increases, what will happen? Prices will increase. When prices increase, what will happen? Inflation. Creating new money to finance a budget deficit. Most inflationary is this. That is why it is stopped. Na? नहीं तो एक stop करते हम लोग. Answer is D. Next. Excellent question. क्या लगता है? What is the answer? See, this is the kind of a question where by-hearting does not work at all. By-hearting never works in this kind of a question. Because when you by-heart, you are bound to make a mistake in the actual exam. If you by-heart this, 100%. क्या लगता है? Inflation benefits the debtors. Who are the debtors? The one who is lending money or the one who is borrowing money? The one who is borrowing money. So inflation benefits the borrowers. Chalo, borrowers. Inflation benefits the bondholders. Who are the bondholders? The one who is lending money or the one who is borrowing money? Lending money. Bondholder means I have given money to someone, that someone has given me a bond. So if I have purchased a government bond, which means I went to government, I told I want to purchase a government bond, government gave me a bond paper saying that 100 rupees bond, maturity 5 years, come after 5 years. But when you are giving government that 100 rupees, where is the money going? To the government, which means you are lending money to the government. Okay, when bank lends you money, they sign an agreement and all. So bank becomes a bondholder then, because you have borrowed money. Similarly, when you hold a government bond or any other bond, that other entity has taken money from you in the form of loan, given you the bond, and after 5 years or whatever is the tenure mentioned, you can get your money back. In the interim, you can get your interest also, right? So here, bondholder means a lender or a borrower? Lender. Debtor means borrower. So it cannot benefit both. Barabar. So C to khatam. It cannot not benefit both also. So D is also khatam. It will benefit one person, it will not benefit one person. Whom do you think inflation benefits? किसको benefit करता है? It benefits the borrower, which means it benefits the debtors. How? When you are debtor means borrower. When you are borrowing money from your friend, he is giving you 100 rupees ka note. You want 100 rupees. He is transferring you purchasing power worth how much? 100 rupees. Today he can use that 100 rupees to buy anything. You can use that 100 rupees to buy anything. You are going to repay him after how long? Let's say 5 years. How much are you going to repay? 100 rupees. Along with interest. Interest to hai. Along with interest. When after 5 years you are transferring 100 rupees to the borrower, to the lender, to your friend, ki le bhai, I used your money, thank you very much, take your 100 rupees, I have paid you interest for these 5 years. How much purchasing power are you transferring to him? 100 rupees or less than 100 rupees of it? Less than 100, because 5 years ago what you could buy at 100 rupees, today that thing has become expensive. 5 years ago you could buy, let's say 5 liter petrol, suppose. Today can you buy 5 liter petrol after 5 years? No. So when you took money from him, you took 100 rupees purchasing power. When you are giving money to him, you are transferring less than 100 rupees purchasing power. Note wahi hai, 100 rupees. But purchasing, today he cannot go and buy those things which he used to buy 5 years ago with 100 rupees. Yes or no? Right? So uska loss hua. How have you gained as a borrower? Because when you took 100 rupees purchasing power. When you are giving it back, you are giving only, let's say 80 rupees purchasing power. Note 100 का ही जा रहा है, but purchasing power is reduced, so it is benefiting you. So it benefits the debtors and not the bondholders. समझा? Next. चलो, ये भी nice questions है. 2013 and very conceptual questions. If you want to clear your concepts, people, keep on practicing 2013 questions. Chalo, what is the answer? Rise in prices may happen. Why? Why? Will an increase in money supply result in price rise? Money supply बढ़ रहा है ना, यही तो inflation है. Price rise is inflation. Will an increase in money supply result in rise of prices? Yes. That is why we follow a contractionary policy, right? है ना, expansionary policy is you send money supply, contractionary you reduce money supply. So increase in money supply causes a rise of price because people have more money in their hands. They can buy stuff. When they buy stuff, prices rise. So one to hai, C gone. A decrease in the aggregate level of output. What is aggregate output? Supply. A decrease in supply. Will a decrease in supply raise prices? Yes. Things have become. So after COVID, what has happened? All technology products and everything have become costlier because the supply decreased because of the logistics issues and everything was stuck. सो प्राइसेस, सो 2 भी हो गया, सो 1 2 1 2 3 बी या डी में से आंसर है. इंक्रीज इन इफेक्टिव डिमांड, डिमांड ऑल्सो राइजेस, प्राइस राइजेस. सो दिस इज वेरी सिंपल, yes or no. This is also very simple, increase in money supply. Answer is 1 2 3. Practice 2013 questions, they are very conceptual and very good. चलो, this तो you should know. क्या है? First of all, you should know deficit financing. You should know what is deficit financing. Then only we can move ahead. What is deficit financing? Is purposefully spending more than what you can earn, purposefully running a deficit. But why are you doing that? For economic development, right? Sometimes you have to sacrifice your sleep when you have an exam coming up. Why are you doing it? For your development. So government is sacrificing the surplus or balancing of the budget by running a deficit. Government is जानबूझ के spending more than what it can recover by running a deficit for economic development. Very important concept, very important, deficit financing. Next. Necessarily, economic growth in country X will necessarily have to occur. If what? क्या होगा? What do you think is the answer? Necessarily occur. When? There is technical progress in the world economy. World economy में हो रहा है, वो तो पहले से हो रहा है. Even when British colonized us, technical progress was happening in the world economy. No. Population growth in X, it might put a strain on population unless you convert this into a demographic dividend by skilling. Yes or no? Capital formation in it. Yes. When capital is formed, it is investment. Okay, when capital is formed, it provides avenue for further formation of capital, it provides avenue for further employment, it provides avenue for further growth, and that is how your economy grows. That is why there is capital formation, it will necessarily have to occur. Will development necessarily occur? Development will not necessarily occur because poverty, unemployment, these are all developmental issues. Yes or no? We saw a question कि GNP per capita बढ़ा, but still does not connote development, economic development. Why? Because poverty and unemployment high. So, but here they are talking only about growth. So yes, volume of trade grows. Again, world economy में volume trade grow. What are we going to do with that? ठीक है? Answer is C, capital formation. Is it clear? Next. RBI regulates commercial banks in matters of what? चलो, what do we know for sure? Merger of banks 333 है, ठीक है? 3 के साथ 2 is always there, so branch expansion भी हो गया. Liquidity of assets and winding up of banks. Winding up of banks होगा तो RBI will definitely be involved. Winding up means bank is closing operations, so RBI will be involved. So 4 है, 2 3 4 is there. So now 2 3 4 or 1 2 3 4. This is a tough question. Why? Because 1 भी है इसमें. Is RBI involved in matters of liquidity of assets? CRR, SLR, is RBI involved in that? Yes. Answer is 1 2 3 4. ठीक है? Next. Very simple. क्या है? Purchase and sale of government securities by the RBI from whom? From whom? Public. From public. This is from public. Open market operations, right? So now when you know open market operations, please make a note of this. You may get a question this year or next year on GSAP, G-SAP. Current affair है इसी साल का related to open market operations. GSAP, Government Securities Acquisition Program. Please study that. Please read what is the quantum of GSAP, what the RBI is going to do, why it is doing it. Why is also very important. So why it is doing it, that also you should know. Okay, please do that. Question might come, question has a high chance of coming. GSAP. Or simple question will come ki GSAP is seen in the context of what? RBI. So read about GSAP. Next. See hai na? What is bank rate? Long term rate. Increase in bank rate generally indicates that when bank rate is increasing, it is making easier for banks to borrow or difficult for banks to borrow? Difficult, which means RBI wants more money to supply or less money supply? Less money supply, which means RBI is following an easy money policy or tight money policy? Tight money policy. ये इसका क्या मतलब है? सेंट्रल बैंक इज नो लॉन्गर मेकिंग लोन्स टू कमर्शियल बैंक्स, तो बंद हो जाएगा ये गॉन. इसमें से ये आंसर है. मार्केट रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट इज लाइकली टू फॉल. हाउ कैन इट फॉल व्हेन बैंक्स आर गेटिंग मनी एट अ कॉस्टली रेट? They will fall when bank rate reduces. Remember, we also saw one more question. Ki when central bank reduces rates, what is the most likely to happen? Commercial banks may reduce the interest rates. So answer is tight, na? D. See this. So many conceptual questions here. So many. इसमें भी काफी क्वेश्चंस थे 13 में भी. $22 questions in 2011. Consistently 20 questions are in every paper except 2014. क्या है? Supply of money remaining the same where there is an increase in demand for money. What will happen? What is money here? Think of money as any commodity. Think of money as apples. Think of money as mobile phones, cars, anything. So when supply of apple remaining the same, when there is an increase in demand for apples, what will happen? Price of apples would increase, correct? What is the price of money? Interest. I always say this dialogue, price of money is interest. When you take money from bank, what is the price you are paying? Interest. Okay? So when supply remains the same, increase in demand for money, there will be an increase in the rate of interest. Yes or no? Now tell me, when government borrows a lot of money and when this phenomena happens, because supply is same, government is borrowing, so demand is increasing, what is it called? Crowding out. It is called crowding out. Increase in the interest rate. Okay? क्या है? There are 8 major sectors, you should know all of them, and currently new sectors are also added, renewable energy and all of that is also added. In this case it is all of the above. What is PSL, priority sector lending? Mandatory lending by banks to these sectors so that credit flow is ensured at a minimum level. It is normally 18%, but it goes up to 40% for foreign banks also. Okay? Of what? 18%, 40% of what? Do you know the term? I will tell you the term, it is ANBC. Now I want you to find out the full form. Okay, this is your homework. ANBC. Okay, 18 to 40% of ANBC. What is ANBC and why it is called ANBC? वो आप पता करो. Answer is D, all of the above. Next. Direct credit assistance. Remember, there are some institutions known as refinance institutions. So direct credit assistance. NABARD is a refinance institution. It doesn't provide direct credit assistance. Two gone, two gone, two gone. Answer 1 and 3. Let's say you don't know this. Does RRB provide direct credit assistance? Yes, they are normal banks which are in rural areas, regional rural banks. One hai, one hai, one hai. Two only gone. Land development banks. Land development banks provide long-term agricultural credit. Direct credit they also provide. So 1, 3 bhi hai. 1, 3, 1, 2 and 3. Still 2 you should know. Ki 2 nahi hai. 2 say there is no escaping in this question. But if you know NABARD doesn't provide direct credit, you arrive at the answer directly 1 and 3. Yes or no? Very simple, straightforward question. What are the other refinance agencies? Can we think of anything? SIDBI, Mudra. Okay, these are other refinancing agencies. Which one of the following groups of items is included in India's foreign exchange reserves? क्या included in India's foreign exchange reserves? See, first of all, it is a reserve, which means you have accumulated it, which means it is not a loan. Loan you have to repay it. तो loan हटा दो पहले. Loan, loan, loan. क्या बचा? One method. Let us try another method. SDRs are there, special drawing rights. This you should know that they are our assets. Special drawing rights, they are our special drawing rights. SDR, SDR, SDR. Forget D. Right? Gold holdings is there in foreign exchange reserves. Yes or no? Gold is there. इसमें gold नहीं है. इसमें gold नहीं है. इसमें and इसमें है. These two. And if you remove, like if you want SDR, then only this remains. This goes. Again, we arrive at B. Loan is not your reserve. Loan is not your asset. Loan you have to repay. Loan is your liability. Yes or no? Loan हटा दो. Simple answer आ जाता है. Don't worry, it's a very simple question. We tend to overcomplicate things. Just look at the word loan from foreign countries, loans from World Bank and loans from the World Bank. Forget loans. What is remaining? B. What are foreign currency assets? Foreign currency. Dollars. Actual dollars are foreign currency assets. What are gold holdings of RBI? Actual gold which have. What are SDRs? IMF ka currency. Not currency but IMF ka unit is called as special drawing rights. Answer is B. Next. What is next? Correct sequence of these assets in the decreasing order of liquidity. Decreasing means maximum should come upper and then minimum. So which has the maximum liquidity? Currency. So that leaves us with two options B and D. दो तो ऐसे ही चले गए. After currency, which has the maximum liquidity? Liquidity. Demand deposits. Demand deposits. What are demand deposits? Current account. How to differentiate between, see, sometimes demand deposits is a combination of savings and current. Here they have specifically mentioned savings account separately, which means demand deposits are nothing but current accounts. ठीक है. Now, why current accounts are more liquid than savings? Because there are less restrictions on current accounts. Savings mein you have to maintain minimum balance. Savings mein you have to adjust according to the quarterly balance requirements, monthly balance requirements, जो भी है. In current account you get a lot of facilities. Savings mein you have limited number of ATM transactions, limited number of withdrawals and deposits in a month. Current mein there are no such restrictions. Current mein there is also extra liquidity available. Ki if you have 1 lakh rupees in your bank account, you can make a transaction of more than 1 lakh. So the rest money will be given by bank to you on a short term loan. So डिमांड डिपॉजिट्स एक ही बचता है 4132. Is it correct? 4 1 then savings then time. Yes, it is absolutely correct. See, one cannot be last. One cannot be last because time deposits are least liquid. They are stuck for a particular time. Fixed deposit, recurring deposit, they only mature after the lapse of time. हाँ, you can prematurely withdraw and all, that is all fine, but we are talking about the rules here. क्या है D? ठीक है, D is the answer. Next. क्या लगता है? This is general question. What do you think? Thermal power. Simple. Is it fine? Is it okay?